because there are so many components to cyclocross, you're running, you're jumping, you need to do skills, you need to do strength work, you need to practice your race starts. This plan organizes it all for you, and that's what I want to show you all today. Okay, so I will go over to, this is the Training Peaks training calendar of 6 weeks to cyclocross, and what we're looking at is week 1. And first of all, there's a welcome to the Fast Cat training plan. And then right away, you're like, what? You're doing a rest day on the first day. Let me talk about the rest days, because this is prevalent in just about all of our plans. But on the rest days, there's 3 things that we recommend you do. Number 1 is your foundations. That's Dr. Eric Goodman. That's your back routine. We podcasted it about the Steamboat podcast was that last week?
Yeah, it was last week.
What else is included in your rest day? The Revo skate in the hydrant and Yoga Glow. So if you just click open these links, it takes you over to a YouTube video. And these are our friends over at Revo Physiotherapy in Boulder. And that is Dane demonstrating the hydrant. Okay, well, we started off with a recovery day, but this is something you're going to do twice a week. In this plan, no matter if you're a professional or a beginner, you're going to take 2 off days per week. So in the course of 6 weeks, this is 12 of the days. Seems like a lot, but the other part of the training is really hard. You're going to be given it, and you need to rest. If you don't rest, you don't absorb the training and benefit and get faster from it. So take your recovery days, and these are your recovery modalities. Moving on, let's go to the first day of the plan. We're just going to get right to the nuts and bolts of it. 30-30s, over-unders. This is a full gas workout, and this is the intermediate level. And the intermediate level is for the athlete that can train 8 to 12 hours per week. In the advanced level, what you would see is not necessarily more time. You're going to see more sets and reps of the interval, because if you're 12 to 16 hours per week, the presumption is you might be under 35 years of age and able to handle more training, higher training load, more, and just you recover better. Yeah, more intensity. So you just open up this workout. If you look at this blue bar here, this is the Training Peaks workout builder. This is what everyone exports to their smart trainer. I don't recommend that for this workout because there is a skills component. These blue bars, what I'm asking athletes to do is a 30-second interval. The first 15 seconds is absolutely sprint out of the saddle, much like what you're going to do out of every single corner and out of any slow section in a cyclocross race. But then settle for 10 seconds at 150% of your FTP. That would be back in the saddle. And then to really throttle home the effort, get back out of the saddle for the final 5 seconds, also at 20 seconds, and just give it. And then 30 seconds of recovery. Moving on to Wednesday, you're going to be pretty whacked from Tuesday. If you did a good job on Tuesday, your legs should be barking on Wednesday. And we throw you a bone here. You're only going to do an hour and a half ride, and you're going to work on your race starts. So go over to your friendly cyclocross neighborhood park, draw up your imaginary start line, put your foot down, practice clipping in and going hard off the line. And we get into giving you some tips about race starts. And if you look at this blue bar here, this is your warm-up. If you look at this blue bar, we kind of mimic what goes down from a power-based perspective in the first lap of a cyclocross race. And this is what we want you to practice. Okay, moving on.
Some more skills.
We're doing a lot. Usually each day you're doing a workout and a skill. And so what I forgot to mention is when you go to your friendly neighborhood park and work on your race starts, you're also going to do cyclocross skills. And on this particular day is you're going to work on your this is the 101, your dismounts, remounts. I remember we were talking with Coach Brandon, and you were worried that you wouldn't be able to do it. But this is what we want you to practice 10,000 times. This is the 10,000 hours. If you do 10,000 dismounts, remounts. On Thursday, you're going to do your first cyclocross run workout. And I like to have athletes do their run workouts after they've already done their bike workouts, when they're already tired. And then I like to have athletes do their cyclocross run workouts the day before a rest day, not a hard bike day, because generally, by and large, exception of you, we're not runners. And so when you run for the first time, we're wicked sore, and then we can't pedal the next day. But the way we have this plan organized is you do a run workout on Thursday, and then you have a recovery day Friday, and then so you're still good to go for your hard workout on the weekend. And if you open up this workout, it's not jogging. We're not telling you to go out for 10 or 20 minutes. What we're saying is to go over to your hills. It only takes about 10 minutes. Go over to your friendly hill, staircase, something, and run at about 85% up that hill 5 times. Ideally, the hill is about 20 seconds, but if it's 15 or 30, that's fine. Actually, if it's 30, just stop after 20, turn around, walk down, and then do it again. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So cyclocross run workout, number one is you can do that no bike. But then what we do, the way this plan is organized, we'll progress cyclocross run workout number 2. And that's where you're going to do 2 sets of 5 by 20, but you're going to do it with your bike. And we'll also give you some footwork drills from, you guys got to see this. This is Coach, let's see, I forgot his first name. This guy's great. I think it's Coach Carl. This is a football ad.
Favorite ladder drills for quicker footwork.
Coach King. Yeah. So he walks you through ladder drills. If you want to go to the sporting goods store and get like a rollout ladder, it's really good to work on your footwork. And one of the things you hear about cyclocross when you're running is a lot of people take big, giant galloping steps, but it's actually more efficient to go just tap, tap, tap. Little small steps is more efficient over the course of an hour. So we'll get you to work on that.
How much are you actually running in a typical cyclocross race?
3 to 5%, if that. It's very short, and that's in the United States. So you've done your race starts, you've done your skills, now you're back to Friday, and this is like your spa day, foundations, yoga, Revo. If you're really into it, this would be a day to get a massage and maybe take a nap, get an extra hour of sleep, do your nutrition, food prep, float tank, cryo. Yeah.
Jeez.
Do it all. I mean, if you're really into it.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't say you have to do that. These are just things that we recommend if you want to up-level your plan. Okay. The first Saturday of the 6 weeks of cyclocross training plan is a little unique in that we ask you to do a field test. Very important to set the mark. Not so much important for like your sweet spot or just determining what your FTP. You just want to answer the question, you are this fast on the 5th day of this, the 6th day of this plan. And what we're going to do, if you look at the training plan all the way down, you're going to train really hard. And then after 6 weeks, you're going to, I don't think we have a second field test in this plan. You'll probably get some data along the way, but it's just important. I mean, if you're training with a power meter, do this test. You got to do your zones. If you've already got your zones, you probably could get out of this. You just need to do a long ride. This would be a TSS ride 194, and it's not just a field test. It is also some 1-minuters, 4x1. If you see that, so do a 20-minute effort. Go really hard. Even if you don't need to update your zones, you should just go ahead and do the test because it's good hard training. And then recover for 30 minutes in zone 2 that you see here, and then do your anaerobic 1-minuters, and that's 1 minute on, 2 minutes off, full gas, 115% of your FTP or higher. Anaerobic training is one of the key foundations of cyclocross. You're rarely on the gas for more than 20 or 30 seconds at a time. Really hard for 15 seconds, then you do a technical skill for 5 seconds. Go really hard again. So the power is like up, down, up, down, up, down. So you work on your anaerobic portion of your training. Final day of the week is a 3 hours endurance. You can do that in a hard group ride, or you can do a TSS ride, 150 TSS that you see here. So a lot of room for flexibility, but we want you on the bike for 3 hours. Don't come home without it. 150 TSS, that's the American Express. Who remembers the American Express commercial from the 70s?
I don't.
American Express, don't come home without it.
Yeah.
That was a famous marketing one of the most successful advertising campaigns. It's like Nike and all that. But 150 TSS, don't come home without it.
Oh.
Yeah. Variety of things. You want a mountain bike? Go mountain bike. You need some more time on your cyclocross bike? Go ride the cyclocross bike. You want to do some gravel in the mountains on your cyclocross bike? Go for it. Which brings me to a question. A lot of people ask, what bike should I ride? And generally, I think with 6 weeks to go till cyclocross, you want to be on your cyclocross bike the majority of the time. Especially on these skills days, you need to become one with your bike to handle it the best. And so do the cyclocross bike for the most part. And then we'll get, another question is, what if your cyclocross bike doesn't have a power meter, but your other bike does? Yeah, you could, so do the test on your other bike and then get back on the cross bike here. But you should be on your cyclocross bike 75% at least.